My life was perfect. As I had an incredible mom who loved me. I was her little princess and she always kept me safe from everything. The only pain I ever knew was when I tripped and hurt my knee. But my mom was always there to make it better. I never knew my dad because he left before I was born. So it's always just the two of us. And it always would be. I actually believe that. Well, until a year later, when I learned what pain was. The day my mom lived too, and my world crumbled.
Dear, I'm hungry.
Okay, let's go and see what we have in the fridge.
Here's your room. I know it's a little clean, great Mel, but we'll talk to your uncle tomorrow morning and see what he thinks about letting you decorate it a little bit. How's that? Sounds nice, isn't it?
Okay.
Look, I understand that your mom just died, but I will not have you moping around. You will have to do chores and you are expected to help around the house.
Okay.
And you will be keeping this room clean. You are already 10 years old. There's no excuse for messiness.
Okay.
Alright, well, we'll talk about your chores in the morning. Good night.
Good night.
Kathleen, sit down and finish your breakfast first. You will be late for school. Breakfast is always better when it's Kathleen who cooked it.
We can start by gathering some data. Do we need to do surveys?
Hi, Jade asked for our phone numbers. He said he will be making a group chat for this project.
And did you give him all of our numbers? You know, Jake's girlfriend is a very jealous person. Trust me, he will be spending his time trying to convince his girlfriends that the group chat is only for the project.
Just let him be. We will only be talking about the project with him. Clara, you are good?
Not really. Math is too hard for me.
Let me have a look. It's easier than you think. I'll explain it to you. As Hagrid had said, what would come, and he would have to meet it when it did.
I feel like I have read all of these books. Even though in reality, I have never even held any of these books.
Well, ever since the beginning, Kathleen has always read these books to us. And we are such good listeners. I mean, we never fall asleep.
I think you will make a good storyteller or news anchor.
My dream is to own a bookstore, and I will read books to the children who come to my bookstore.
That's awesome. Even when I'm old and gray, I will come to your bookstore and listen to you reading those books.
Hi, Kathleen.
Jana, how are you?
I'm good.
What are you doing here? Where is your fiancé?
He's waiting at the restaurant. I came here to ask you to have dinner with us if you are not busy.
I would love to. Give me a minute, and I'm good to go. So, how are your reading preparation? Is there anything I can help you with?
Everything is in good hands. Tomorrow, I will have my wedding dress fitting here.
Did you order a wedding dress here? Are there no good ones in your city?
There is, but it was Theo who suggested to look at the famous bridal shop here. By the way, Kathleen, can you talk to Mom? She worries too much about my wedding. And you know, she was hospitalized a few days ago. I told her not to worry too much, but she wouldn't listen to me. You know, she only listens to you. Will you help me?
Of course, Dana. I will talk to her later. Hello, Aunt Isabel?
Hello, dear. How are you doing?
I'm good. Last night, I had dinner with Jana and Theo, and we talked about their wedding preparation.
Oh, don't tell me that Dana asked you to tell me to not think about it.
Auntie, I know you're so excited for her, but you have to think about your health first. It will make Dana sad if you overdo yourself and get sick during the wedding day.
I know, dear, and I promise you I will not overdo myself. You know, I will also do the same when it's your wedding.
Thank you, Aunty Isabel. I really appreciate it. To Aunty Isabel? Well, let's start with the obvious. You didn't give birth to me. But sometimes, it's easy to forget that. It's easy to forget that we are not blood related. In the beginning, I was worried and afraid. What would happen after my mom died? Then, I had to live with you and Uncle Frederick, who I didn't know very well. But from day one, you have always thought of me as one of your own. And we are so close to the point that people are surprised to find out that I'm actually not. Maybe our rhythm chords and mannerism have rubbed off on each other. Despite you're not my biological mother, you have never failed to make me feel welcomed and loved, just like a mother will. You've always been there for me, in some of my most sensitive moments, especially those pretty teenage years. You honestly deserve a medal for that one. Thank you for loving me unconditionally. I love you, Aunty Isabel.